So you are picturing yourself in Marmaris right now, soaking up that Mediterranean sun. But the big question, yeah, where are you actually going to stay?
Exactly. It's always the tricky part.
And you zeroed in on the Blue Bay Platinum Hotel. And guess what? We dove headfirst into everything about it just for you. Forget endless scrolling through booking sites. We've got the lowdown on the facilities, the real guest experiences, the whole shebang.
Yeah, we're trying to cut through all that noise.
Our mission today is, well, crystal clear, to give you the real deal on Blue Bay Platinum and help you decide if it's your Marmaris dream come true.
It's so true that the right hotel can just make or break a vacation, can it? And looking at Blue Bay Platinum through actual guest feedback gives us a much better sense of what it's really like.
Absolutely. So Blue Bay Platinum, it sounds pretty swanky. And yeah, it's got that 5-star label. Think air conditioning, blasting away that Turkish heat.
Crucial.
Free Wi-Fi to keep your feet alive, although maybe we'll circle back to how good that actually is later.
Yeah, worth checking.
A balcony for the views, flat screen TV, the standard stuff you'd expect at this level, right?
You'd hope so, yeah.
But where this place could really shine is with its setup. What kind of fun are we actually talking about here?
Well, for anyone looking for a, vibrant, active kind of holiday, the facilities are key. And Blue Bay Platinum seems to have really thought about this. They boast not one, not two, but 3 outdoor swimming pools.
3? Okay.
Yeah. And get this, at least one has a water slide.
No way. A water slide.
Yep. That's instant vacation mode right there, isn't it? Yep. Plus, they mentioned an adults-only pool, which suggests, they're catering for those times you want a bit more quiet.
A water slide. Okay, I'm already leaning towards yes just for that. Sounds like pure fun in the sun. And wait, it gets better. It sounds like you can practically step right from the hotel onto a private beach area.
That's what it suggests, that kind of seamless access to the coast. That's a massive perk in Marmaris.
Totally. Okay, so after all that swimming and water sliding, you're going to be hungry. What's the food situation?
They seem to have you covered there. 2 on-site restaurants, Il Primo, that does international dishes, and Yamas, which serves up Greek cuisine.
Ooh, Greek. Nice.
So, yeah, a pretty good range to choose from. And for those essential coffee booths or a quick snack, there's a coffee shop right there too.
International and Greek, that's a solid mix. Should keep things interesting. But what if you're not just about lounging by the pool or hitting the beach? What else is there to do at the hotel?
Well, Blue Bay Platinum seems to have a decent selection. If you fancy a quiet moment, there's a library.
Okay.
For some indoor fun, a game room. They also have a spa center if you're feeling like some pampering.
Oh, nice.
Plus, you can rent a bike to explore or, challenge your travel buddy to some ping pong. And if you're traveling with kids, they've even got a kids club.
Okay, so definitely not short on things to do right there on site.
Yeah.
What about the practical stuff, the things that just make travel easier, getting around, that sort of thing?
They seem to have thought about those too. Free parking is a definite plus if you're considering renting a car.
Yeah, that's handy.
And conveniently, they offer car rental right at the hotel. You'll also find a souvenir shop, safety deposit boxes, currency exchange, an airport shuttle. Though, worth noting, some of those might cost extra.
Right, standard practice sometimes.
Exactly. And the basics are covered: 24-hour front desk, dry cleaning, ironing services, all there.
So it sounds like, on paper at least, they've got a lot going for them. But what are the actual guests saying? People who've stayed there, what's the real vibe?
Now that's where it gets really interesting. On Booking.com, right, they've earned a Guest Choice badge, and their overall score is 7.8. based on over 200 reviews.
7.8. Okay, pretty good.
Yeah, solid. And drilling down, their facilities score a strong 8.3.
Nice.
And one thing that keeps popping up again and again, how much guests love the beautiful pool. So it seems that pool scene we talked about is a genuine highlight for people.
Beautiful pool
Yeah.
and the water slide. Okay, that's sounding very inviting. Let's dive into some of those specific comments then. What are the standout positives people are sharing?
Okay, so we've got some really good ones. Jessica from the UK, she was there April 2025, apparently. Described it as a really nice hotel. She loved the food variety, so the staff were very friendly and very helpful. Hotel was clean, great location.
Wow, picking a lot of boxes there. Location, food, staff, cleanliness. That's a great foundation.
Exactly. And others echoed that. Another reviewer mentioned the great central location and lovely pools. See, the pools again.
Always the pools.
Amar from the UK stayed August 2024, called it a lovely hotel, clean and comfortable, and specifically praised the professional manner and attentive staff.
Professional and attentive. Good words to hear.
And Mark, also UK, raved about the excellent location and said the attention to detail was excellent, staff were very attentive, highly recommended it. So yeah, that central location, making it easy to get around Marmaris, that seems to be a consistent win.
So the word online is definitely prime location, top-notch staff. What about the food that Jessica mentioned? Others agree.
Yes, several other guests back that up. Positive comments on food quality and the variety available. Sounds like you won't go hungry and you'll have choices.
Okay, this is all sounding pretty fantastic, but, to get the full picture, we need the other side too. What are some of the things that maybe didn't quite hit the mark for some guests on Booking.com? Any downsides?
Of course, yeah, got to be balanced. So Hassan from the UK, also there, April 2025, noted the indoor heated pool wasn't actually very warm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Not ideal if you were banking on that.
Right. And Lisa, October 2024, felt there wasn't enough adult-only entertainment in the evenings. So if you're looking for like a big adult nightlife scene within the hotel, maybe manage expectations there.
Gotcha. Less than heated indoor pool, maybe a quieter vibe for adults at night. Good to know, depending on priorities. What else?
Michelle from New Zealand, she stayed for 2 weeks in September 2024, found the food got a bit repetitive after the first week. Fair enough on a longer stay, maybe.
Yeah, 2 weeks is a long time for any buffet sometimes.
True. She also mentioned some older rooms had issues with balcony doors not sealing properly, which, she noted, could lead to noise, maybe from nearby bars.
Okay. Potential noise in some rooms. And
Amar, the same guest who liked the staff and cleanliness, also mentioned seeing cats around the hotel, which, might be a positive for some, but maybe a concern for others.
Right. Cats roaming around. Definitely a Marmite issue, that one. Okay. Repetitive food later on, potential noise, unexpected feline friends. Anything else from Booking.com?
A few other bits. Some guests thought breakfast could be improved. Some mentioned older blocks of the hotel didn't look quite as updated as the photos perhaps suggested.
Ah, the classic photo versus reality potential issue.
Could be. Also comments about bathrooms needing updates and maybe more thorough cleaning sometimes. And Beverly from the UK reported the air conditioning wasn't working during her stay in June 2024.
Oof. Aircon trouble in June in Turkey. That sounds uncomfortable.
Yeah, definitely not ideal. Beverly also mentioned the food, while varied, had a lot of curry, the beds were quite firm, and only one poolside bar was open at night.
Okay, firm beds, maybe specific food themes, limited nighttime bar access by the pool. All useful details depending on what you like. So Booking.com gives us a really detailed look, the good, the bad, and the meow. Now, what about other platforms? We saw that mention of a 3.7 rating on AU, which hints at TripAdvisor.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it, that ACO mentions a 3.7 rating. While we don't have the specific TripAdvisor reviews in front of us, that significantly lower rating on another platform suggests, that opinions might be more varied out there.
A 3.7 compared to Booking.com's 7.8. Wow, that's quite a difference.
It really highlights why it's good to check a few different review sites, doesn't it? Get a broader picture.
Absolutely. Now, the A page also had the title Chaillot Rosé. You told me that translates to a suitable and clean hotel, right? Even with that 3.7 rating.
Exactly. So even on a site showing a lower score, cleanliness still gets a mention. That seems pretty consistent.
So clean, yes. But suitable maybe suggests not quite hitting that luxury 5-star mark for everyone who reviewed there.
That's probably a fair assumption. It reinforces the positive cleanliness comments from Booking.com, but that lower overall score likely reflects some of those other concerns we discussed, room condition, maybe entertainment, that sort of thing.
All right, we've processed a ton of info here. Let's try and pull it all together. Based on everything, what are the strongest reasons someone should choose Blue Bay Platinum for their Marmaris trip?
Okay, well, the location seems undeniable, consistently praised, central, easy to explore Marmaris from there. That's huge.
Definitely.
The staff also get a lot of positive mentions. Friendly, helpful, attentive. That can really make a difference to your stay.
Totally agree. Good staff are invaluable.
And generally, guests seem to find it clean and comfortable. Those fundamentals are important. Plus, the variety of food options seems pretty decent, too.
And let's not forget those pools. The multiple pools, the water slide. That sounds like a major draw, especially if you want that fun, energetic vacation vibe. Plus, the beach access.
Precisely. It seems set up for a good time, especially if pool and beach are high on your list. Now, while some guests mention areas for improvement like the evening entertainment or some rooms feeling dated,
Yeah.
those might not be deal breakers for everyone, right? It really comes down to what you prioritize in a hotel. If being central with great pools is top of your list, Blue Bay Platinum looks like a strong contender.
But maybe if you want guaranteed ultra-modern rooms everywhere or really buzzing internal nightlife, you might need to weigh that up against the positives.
Exactly. It's about matching expectations. It's marketed as 5-star, but maybe some guest experiences suggest certain aspects feel more like a really good 4-star in practice for some people.
That makes sense.
But for many, it seems the key things are there. Great location, friendly service, good food, and those really appealing pool areas.
Okay, time to wrap up this deep dive into Blue Bay Platinum. We've definitely seen its awesome central spot in Marmaris, those very tempting swimming pools, and the generally happy feedback about the staff and how clean it is. But we also noted some chatter about certain areas feeling maybe a bit tired and perhaps a quieter evening scene right in the hotel.
Yeah, those points came up too.
So the big question for you listening, with its fantastic location and all those facilities, could Blue Bay Platinum be the perfect launch pad for your Marmaris adventure?
Yeah.
Or are some of those potential downsides, like the dated rooms or entertainment, a definite no-go for you?
We've laid out the findings.
Yeah, we've dug deep. Now the next step of your travel planning begins. And hey, it's always smart to do that little bit of extra digging based on what truly matters most to you on vacation.
Yeah.